Hello. Thank you for stopping by. I recently ran a little activity of the day in our Facebook group, Magical Vacations with Mickey Guru, and asked our members to write a story. It could be about any of their favorite vacation memories or anything having to do with vacations. The idea was just to let people be creative and kind of play with the idea of memories and also looking forward to vacations in the future, because even though we're stuck inside right now, it's not going to be forever. And so we want to keep those vacation dreams alive. So I did get a submission. And like I promised, for if someone took the time to write a story, I was going to read it and put it up on our social channels so that other people can have a chance to enjoy it. This story is written by Allison Clark of New York, and I am going to read it. So forgive me for looking down, but there's a lot of fabulous details in the story, and I don't want to miss any. So I'm going to, without further ado, here we go. It's called Into Allison's Imagination. I'm here to tell you all a story, as suggested by Kristy, the Mickey Guru. That's me. A story about my ideal perfect vacation. It is a vacation that I already took, and I swear that every detail is true. Even if it didn't really happen, it really happened in my imagination. I know it did because I was there. My vacation started at Epcot Center in Walt Disney World. Florida is always a welcoming treat to escape the cold, snowy Northeast winters. It was a very warm, sunny day, and I was standing at the fountains outside of the Imagination Pavilion, watching the water jump. I don't even know how I got there, but this was where my vacation started. I made my way up to the pavilion and entered the queue for an intro into the into the Imagination with Figment ride. It's always been one of my favorites because I like the way it makes me think differently about things. There was no line, and a friendly cast member made a gesture towards the next empty cart, indicating it was for me. It seemed so comfortable to sit down in the air conditioning. I relaxed and smiled as my little cart made its way through the doorway and into the dark ride. I must have fallen asleep in there, as my memory at this point seems to evade me. But when I woke up, I was walking up the gangway to board a cruise ship. This wasn't just any cruise ship, but a Disney cruise ship. I find that to be rather odd, as even though I've been on a lot of cruise ships, I have never been on a Disney cruise ship. Everyone was dancing their way up the ramp, singing the song Hot Diggity Dog, and Goofy was the leader. As I danced up the gangway, I realized that I had a partner at my side. My elbow was locked with Olaf the snowman. My heart melted. It was then that I realized everyone had their elbows locked with a partner. Social distancing wasn't necessary here, almost as if COVID-19 didn't even exist. As Olaf and I made our way to the top, I noticed that everyone was stopping for a moment before they stepped onto the ship. Why were they stopping? I thought. What is going on? And the next moment I found out. Just inside the ship, at the end of the plush red carpet path, stood the big cheese. The mouse himself. It was Mickey Mouse! I gave him a huge hug during the photo opportunity of a lifetime, and afterwards I gave him a high five as he said to me, "Have a really nice time." Inside, the ship was even more magical than I could have imagined. There were no cast members here, only Disney characters, all of them. Princesses, princes, heroes, villains, Pixar, they were all here. And they happily informed me that they were there to make this my best, most magical cruise ever. Upon arriving to my stateroom, I found that I had to go through a magic mirror to get inside. It felt like I was entering a castle. Inside my room, on the table before me, was the biggest fruit basket I have ever seen, with every variety of fruit ever known. Beside the basket was a silver ice bucket, which held a bottle of champagne and a Mickey bar. Tucked inside the fruit basket was a beautiful handwritten dinner invitation. It was personalized to me from the captain of the ship, Donald Duck. I made my way out to my private balcony and realized that we were already out to sea. I don't even know what sea it was, but I don't believe it was anywhere on Earth. The sun was setting and painted pastel colors across the water. It looked like a magical oil painting. There were stars beginning to sparkle in the eastern sky. I sat down on my lounge chair and closed my eyes. I took a deep breath of the misty, salty air and listened to the waves crashing upon the ship. I may have fallen asleep there for some time, I don't know. But as I woke up again, I found myself back in Florida, Disney World, Epcot Center, riding in my cart towards the exit of Into the Imagination with Figment. Olaf the snowman was seated next to me, and my little Olaf the puggle was in my lap. As I looked back at the carts behind me, I saw all of my family and friends. They were happily singing Figment's song and were all smiling and waving to me. As I was smiling and waving back, I noticed one last cart all the way at the end. I could barely make it out. There were 2 men in it who were also smiling and waving to me. It was my dad and my husband. They were there with me the whole time. The end. Thank you for sharing that story with us, Allison. It's beautiful. And I can picture that, singing and dancing up the gangway right onto that ship. So that's fabulous. Thank you again for sharing. And I hope you all will come back real soon. Bye.